Hi there, Cosmic Family. My name is Eliel in this incarnation, and we have the moon going through Libra today and tomorrow. And this moon is responding to Venus. Venus right now, it is in conjunction with Uranus in Taurus. This is going to be perfected on July 4th. And with the moon going through here, it is important to understand that balance, it is never an static state. It is first this inner registration, because there is where we see the imbalances, whether they are external or emotional. And from that observation, we can make the later choices or investing our energy in a way that we can take ourselves to stability. But it is not a fixed point that we reach in our lives. It is a dance full of movements, some of them more subtle and some others more amplified. So I am saying this because clearly with this conjunction between Venus and Uranus in the last degree of Taurus, there could be changes, closures, and transitions that could generate a lot of uncertainty, because we don't have the control of their development, and because with aspects of Uranus and Aquarius, these are moments of breaking with an old state, with the previous state, to move to a different one. And well, this could involve detaching from a structure that cannot accompany us in the physical level, in the mental level, both of them having to assume situations that we didn't expect as an opportunity to move to the next level. Could be tiny situations of the daily life and other ones that are impacting much more our path. The body could talk, also tiny symptoms and others that are pushing us to observe what we are not letting go of, or the decisions that we are not taking that actually enable the advancement. And I know that I repeated this many, many times, but it is because there are many people that are still operating in paradigms, in ancient paradigms that are, linked with being disconnected from the body, trying to take out the symptoms of the body, as if it hasn't a connection with our inner selves. And the more that we deepen in us, in oneself, the more we can discover that the soul, it is capable of rebalancing everything. Even if the soul wants to continue the process in this plane after dying, we could transcend physical death and returning. So we cannot overestimate the I don't know if that is the expression, but I think you will understand the powerful thing that is being aware of our emotions, thoughts, and actions, and how they are impacting our body. And Venus, which is the feminine polarity that represents this void, this void that can contain this body, this void that every soul has, and through which we receive light. In this conjunction could be, the it could be life pushing us to break with that layer of conditionings, with one more layer. And these conditionings, are the ones that many times take people to attach themselves to places where they aren't feeling valued, or where they cannot value what they have, because perhaps that is not what they need to evolve. For example, for people that are going through a relationship breaking, this doesn't mean that some person has more value than the other. But if they are not able to share their paths in a fertile way, if there is a distance in their processes, and that ends up producing a stagnation for one of or both of them. So this is about letting go of, because love is freedom for the people can grow together or separated. It is not a choice from the freedom of the soul being with someone for fear of being alone, or for the attachments, or attaching ourselves to something that is not, to a space that is not making us good, nor physical, mental, emotionally. for fear to economic conflicts. That could be other aspect of this conjunction. Or also other resistance could be linked with not wanting to choose that in which we can develop our function and to contribute our value to the world, because our programmings are making us believe that we are not enough. These are the conditionings operating. That is not the freedom of the soul. So from the consciousness, the unity consciousness, we are all involved in this same infinite essence. And it is important to return to this unity consciousness, because we frequently here in this on this earth we forget about that, because we transit situations and because there are realities in this world that easily can make us losing ourselves in the illusion of separation that we came here to experiment too, as as independent individuals from each other. But from a higher perspective, we could be like the cells of the body. We could seem that we are a divided unity, but actually together we are conforming something bigger. And therefore, when one of us, when we are practicing this thing of coming back to ourselves, to remember to ourselves that when there is true intention of moving forward and growing in consciousness, life accompanies us. And when there is no intention or we are in resistance, life is going to push us right there, because those changes are leading us to a higher phase, a superior phase, even if we don't understand completely in the present moment. But we are going to have a chance with Mercury retrograde to review all the things that we have been experimenting these days. So I think the most important thing for the people that perhaps are going through greater movements, it is to focus themselves in the solutions, to focus in the step that can actually take to the practicality, and to trust that all the pieces are going to fit in the right time. I saw this operating many times in my reality and in the reality of other people. It is just that in order to keep growing with Uranus, we are not going to experiment always the same changes, because we are going to deal with experiences that are opening the path for a new level of consciousness. And that's why we are going to feel destabilization, instability. I don't know if that is the word, because that is what creates a new form of reality that is much more in symptom. It's much more resonating with our original being. God itself, Ein Sof in Kabbalah, I like much more that term, generated its own destabilization in order to create universes. So we are a fractal of that. Of course, that we are going to experiment that too. Thank you, everyone. See you in the next video. Ciao, ciao.